with a combination of short-lived lists, which are lists that expire based on a date range. Have this pixel be live for 3 days and then die. And an exclude campaign where it's like, hey, don't target this list, ignore this list. It looks goofy. Once you start, again, you draw it out and you write out this person who takes this action should not see this, and this person should see this. It becomes very simple. You can create these automated progressive campaigns that you don't have to mess with. You set them up once and they're done. Okay, I'm not going to get really into the tech on it because it'll spin your heads. So, email retargeting. You can actually drop pixels in emails as long as it's an HTML email. So you send out an autoresponder sequence or an autoresponder email or a broadcast email, you could have a pixel in there so every time someone opens that email, they're added to the retargeting list that you assign to that email. So you can actually fire a retargeting campaign that goes sequentially along with whatever your email promotion is. This can happen in automated follow-up. It can happen on broadcast. Doing this allows you to tie the ad campaign in with the email promotion, and it gives you a second, third, or fourth chance to get their attention in case they don't click on the link in an email. How many of you guys have ever opened an email, it better not be from me, but ever opened an email and not clicked on the link in the email? Right? When you guys open my emails, you always click the link, right? 100% of the time? Thank you. Okay, but when that happens, normally the chance to see the offer is lost. But as long as you open to the email, now the retargeting can take over and still push them back to the offer. So email retargeting, here's a quick example of that. Okay, so a 3-day promotion. Again, most of you guys have seen our training. We believe that every promotion should be at least 3 days, back to back, day 1, day 2, and day 3. When you send one email, it's however effective it is. 2 emails, typically double the effectiveness. 3 emails, for some reason, Don knows the science, make him answer it later for you. It's quadruple the effectiveness. I totally made that up, don't pick on him, because I don't know if he knows the science, because I don't know the science. It just seems to happen that way, okay? So a 3-day promotion. So we may have a 3-day retargeting campaign tied to each one of those emails. And then they expire on day 3 through 6. You may just give them some content, okay? Then the next promotion starts for a different product or a variation of the same product or whatever your product line is, okay? And then a retargeting campaign assigned to that one starts. And then at the end of the promotion, it stops. What you can also do is you could have a retargeting campaign tied to a content sequence as well, okay? Can be leveraged so many different ways. YouTube retargeting. How many of you guys saw one of these videos for the event? Me driving in the car? Okay, yeah, so, well, I'll tell you. This was 3 different cars, 40 minutes, and 3 different outfit changes in my neighborhood. Because, is Tommy, or no, who was, this was for Nishant. Nishant was asking us to do this. Nishant was helping us with some ads at this point. And he's like, hey, I need all these different ads. These are all variations on the same thing. So, started out in my Audi, shot 3 different videos in one shirt, went home. I was like literally 5 minutes from the house, went home, changed shirts, jumped to my wife's Jaguar, drove around the Jaguar, jumped back, got in my truck, did it again. Like 3 different shirts, 9 or 12 videos. Each video is nothing more than a pattern interrupt video. Why the heck is Tanner talking to me in a car? That didn't make any sense. And then the one with Ryan and I that we did where it's like, hey, 2 guys in a car, baby seat in the back, no kid, kind of weird. It worked great, okay? So the whole point of doing it in the car was literally the pattern interrupt thing. Okay, so YouTube retargeting, retarget sites, pages to other videos, all right? The idea is a pattern interrupt with these in-stream videos. These are the videos that play before you watch your favorite cat video, the ad that you have to click to pass, right? So you're looking forward to watching this cat purr and pet the dog video, whatever it's going on, and I jump in front of your face driving, saying, hey, why do you need to be a VIP at BGS? Because we're gonna have an awesome mastermind, right? And tell you all the stuff that's going on. Lots of variations. I had another one that was like, hey, are you a t-shirt marketer? If you're a t-shirt marketer, here's why BGS is gonna help you. Then I had another variation that was, hey, are you an e-com marketer? Here's why you need to be at BGS. Hey, are you a direct sales guy? Hey, are you a supplement guy? Same basic script, but hitting on the pain points and the interest points of each of these different markets, okay? These videos are short. A couple of them were a little bit longer. Most of them were, in the minute range, 2-minute range, whatever, sometimes shorter. I think we were talking about it during the mastermind. Everybody's agreeing that around the 90-second mark or less for these pattern interrupt videos is good, and you want to have repeated call to actions throughout the whole thing because they can click the video and go straight to your offer. So here's a workaround advertising method. We're jumping around a little bit now, guys, because now I'm getting into some of the more optional stuff that you can do that's really cool. How can you use retargeting to drive sales when you can't run pay-per-click ads? This workaround advertising was the complete promotion campaign that we talked about during the first presentation, the keynote, yesterday. We use content to drive retargeting that pushes the offer, right? All ties together, right? So here's a workaround example. So the content, they hit the content, they don't buy because there's nothing to buy there. It's just a content piece, right? The next thing we do is we retarget them. We retarget them typically to a review page or a pre-sale page. You could retarget them straight to your cart if you wanted to and say, hey, or your offer page, your e-commerce store. So you can play with those, swap them back and forth. We typically lead with the review page. All right, then we push them into a discount offer, a giveaway offer, and finally, a buy on Amazon, okay? Because this time we're trying to kind of building credibility first, so we're gonna use Amazon as the last resort. We've tested it multiple ways. Every business is different, you'll have to test for yourself, but in our case, swapping Amazon and the giveaway offer, instead of having the giveaway be the end, have Amazon be the end, gave us the best boost in conversions on the Amazon sales. Not sure why, just happens to be. Mysteries of the mind. Putting it all together, now it's gonna start looking jumbly. Okay, so here is a basic funnel. Some of you guys have seen this if you've gone through our older simple microfunnels training. So traffic hits the squeeze page. The squeeze page has retargeting list 1 for all visitors. The goal of this retargeting list is to increase and bring people back to the squeeze page. Hey, you didn't opt in, come back and opt in, or else, right? Then they go from the squeeze page to the freebie page, where they're getting the actual thing that was promised on the opt-in page. This is retargeting list 2. This is the list of people who did opt in. Okay, so their goal is to retarget people who didn't take the offer on that page. Okay, so the tripwire is the offer on the thank you page. If they didn't take it, they're gonna get retargeted to that. The next one, where is it? There we go, is the tripwire. These are the visitors who land on the tripwire, which is also the freebie page. It's a delayed page. They're gonna get retargeted back to increase the tripwire sales. They hit the one-time offer, they either buy or they don't buy. If they don't buy, they are retargeted back to the one-time offer saying, hey, give us money every month. And if that's not gonna work, hey, give us money every month, but start with a lower amount. 3 different campaigns running in this funnel right here. Each one in boosting conversions on one step of the process, which again, over the long run, it leads to exponential growth. Does this make sense? Good deal. So here's an example of how you can put it all together. So this is using perfect audience. So this is an example of the previous campaign, the previous graphic we just showed of this one. And we're just showing it written out, okay? So the promotion is promotion number 1 was to increase the opt-in rate, right? So we increase the number of people who opt in. So we're using perfect audience Facebook retargeting. We have 2 retargeting lists. 1 is target all visitors. 2 is exclude the prospect. So once they opt in, they're no longer gonna see the ad for the opt-in page, right? Making sense so far? Same thing, increase tripwire. They're gonna have a thing that says, hey, you land on the tripwire page, but you didn't buy. Okay, so it's 2 lists, one's being targeted and one's being excluded. And you do that all the way through the sequence. Now, you can max it out. This is where we're getting it crazy. So let's take just the way to increase opt-ins. We're just trying to increase opt-ins here. So we have, using perfect audience, we now have 3 different campaigns targeting 3 different areas of networks. Okay, so we have perfect audience Facebook, which is the right side ads. Okay, so we have a campaign running to get people to come back to the opt-in page on the right side of Facebook. We also have another campaign that's the exact same campaign, maybe different ad creatives, but the same campaign running in the news feed, saying, hey, come back and opt in. Then we have another campaign that's the exact same campaign, the exact same creatives that's running on the web retargeting network, which is the display network. So now it's all over the web, covering both sides of Facebook and the web. Every single one of these ads is just pushing people back to opt in. So now take that, you have 3 different campaigns running for one action, right? Now do that for every one of your different actions you want them to take. Can you see how this is just building and building and building and building and getting crazy? It makes a lot of sales, guys. It puts a big smile on my face every day, and it's dirt cheap. So we got one more. Oh, let's use this. Let's go back. This is how crazy it can really get. So let's take that same campaign and let's use multiple networks. All right, so now we've used all of Perfect Audience. We have 4 different campaigns on Perfect Audience. Facebook Right Side, Facebook Newsfeed, Perfect Audience Web Display Network, and Perfect Audience Twitter. Okay, now we have 4 campaigns just on just on Perfect Audience. Then we add YouTube retargeting in. Then we add Site Scout web retargeting, AdRoll web retargeting, and the Facebook Ad Exchange retargeting, which is the normal Facebook retargeting network. I can't even count how many that is. What is that, 8, 9, 8? 8 different campaigns running for one action. Your reach is huge. Nowhere your customer or your prospect or your visitor goes can they escape you. This is how it gets ridiculous. This is how you get the 200% boost across the board in every action of your funnel, okay? Does this take some time to set up? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Is it hard? Not really. You just have to follow the system, follow the process. The technical aspects of it, that's all simple. We have over-the-shoulder training for all that stuff.
Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about Facebook ads and using them to drive traffic to your store. Over the last week, we've doubled sales every single day. And this morning, about 7:30 this morning, we already were over $1,000 profit for the day